Yeah. Who showed up? Who showed up to this wedding?
Well, he doesn't
Did
have
you
any
just
friends.
support
I
it?
can't imagine anybody if he's dating a if he's dating a video game. For crying out loud!
Right? Yeah. This dude's into Roblox. I'm pretty sure it was just that Vegas in Vegas, just them two.
Bernie.
He's very threatened by her ex-boyfriend Donkey Kong.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah,
Wreck-It
I was gonna
Ralph.
say.
There's a reason they call him that.
Oh God!
This is Weird with Otis and Bernie.
Welcome in.
Hello.
What a crazy week it has been. Yeah. Weirdness all around, and most of which we can't even bring onto the podcast. There you go.
Here's the thing, and I will not reveal any secrets.
Okay.
You have a personal life, and I have a personal life full of things that happen that we
bring the personal life onto here, but there's certain like moments in life where you have to wait to bring the personal things. So it's one of those.
We can't. Both of our weeks involved something personal that we're not quite there yet, but it has been dominating all of our lives.
But we don't talk about Bruno.
Can you give me a little volume on your microphone, Otis?
I can. How does that work there?
That's much better.
All right.
So this week was Mother's Day.
Yep.
This past week, and I have a kind of a gripe.
Okay.
About Mother's Day. My little one is 6 years old.
Yes.
She's in first grade, and the school, I mean, we got 3 weeks left of the school. The school goes all out for Mother's Day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She's been working on
can we do in 1 week?
Things for 2 weeks. She's been working on stuff. She had bags and bags of cards and little flowers that she made, and there was a plant sale at the school and all that stuff. And so it really took the onus off of me to having to really come, because usually when you come up with the present and then the kid signs off on it. That's generally how that works. Like the kid adds whatever little thing they're going to add. Yeah. The school had this handled. She had 96 cards for mom, and I just added the $20 for the stuff that I bought. I'm like, I just put this in with yours. And it was a lot of stuff, and it was good, and mom really enjoyed it. But it did stand out to me how terrible Father's Day is for that reason. The kid is not in school, and so it's basically it's just like a tie clip.
We get gypped on all the school projects. I have 3 kids.
Not a lot of arts and crafts happening in mid-June.
We've got a bunch of paintings and mom cards. And did they do the survey where they asked the kids like all about mom, like her favorite food and her age? Did they do that?
We had that. We had that piece of paper. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything good on yours? Because that none of them think my mom or that their mom works. So she's got a job. They think that she doesn't work. They said she's 21 years old. Okay. I think I remember on the father one, I think I got a dad one, and they do it like midway through the year. It's not Father's Day. It's just like donuts with dad. Right. And mine said I was like 48. So they made me way older or way younger.
64 years old.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I feel, and my little one's birthday is a week before Father's Day. So generally those things just roll over. It just never happens.
Yeah, mom. I mean, and the moms deserve it. Moms have the toughest job on the planet.
Do they really? No,
but everybody thinks dad's just good with like a baseball cap and a tie.
That's what it is.
We're moving on.
Right.
Yeah. Get me a grill. It's the dad things. You go to Lowe's and you like pick out dad things, and
that's all it is. Yeah.
So Friday, I looked at Britt and I said, so there's this show coming to Atlanta. Do you want to go to an old man's concert? Are you down for that? And she's like, yeah, I'm in. What are we doing? Who are we going to see? Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, E40, and Too Short. We went to the concert on Friday night, and it was the greatest time ever.
Yes.
So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Full of brothers and my homeboys do too. So turn off the lights and close
the door. What?
Yeah, that's great. That's
have you noticed the T-shirt I'm rocking tonight? Look at that.
That's great. Nice Snoop
vendor,
Dogg shirt.
$10 street vendor special.
Nice.
Snoop Dogg in an electric chair because he got Death Row Records back.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how old I was until I was so excited for this show. We are in the stage of life where we're going to the artists that made our youth in concert in their past their prime.
Right. No, there are only a handful of artists that manage. What I don't like is when you go to see the band who's not the full band anymore. It's like it was 4 guys that made up the Gin Blossoms, and now it's 2 guys and the original sound guy for the Gin Blossoms.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Well, the good thing about rap concerts is it's usually one dude but they made a super group, and I don't know if you knew this, but Ice Cube, Snoop, E40, and Too Short have a super group called Mount Rushmore, and they're touring as that group. So they've got a few songs, but the coolest part about the whole thing is they didn't really do those songs, because I was like, I hope they don't. You know how sometimes when they do the group, they'll just come out and do the group songs and they forget their hits.
Right,
They didn't want to play those.
Yeah.
No, they came out on thrones in the back, and then each one would come down individually and do like their hit, and then move on to the next one. So it was like Too Short would roll down, shake that monkey.
Yeah.
Do that one. Then E40 would, ooh, tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. And then Snoop, I have a video of this. I feel like the entire arena shook when just with one line. He goes, la da 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 da.
Oh, nice.
D-O-double-G.
Yeah,
and it was
great.
like Snoop Dogg. It was
great.
a whole night of those songs where it was just like,
Well, it's like the Super Bowl halftime show, which was so much fun.
It was like the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right.
Yeah, it was like but live.
Yeah.
And clouds of smoke everywhere.
So much weed. So much weed. Lots and lots and lots of weed.
There was a couple older gentlemen in front of us. They're probably in their 60s, but they were there. They were having a blast. And one of them looks at the other guy, smacks him on the shoulder, and goes, "See, I told you we should have brought it."
Right.
They didn't bring their weed.
Yeah, everybody else has got weed. Of course.
But I was, one of the few white people in the venue. I'll say.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, they were scattered amongst, but in our section, I should say. And I was going hard. Like I knew every song. I was rapping every word. And
hopefully not every word.
No, yeah. I skipped a few.
Hopefully, yeah.
Words.
There's a handful of words you got to skip there.
Yeah. But man, we had such a vibe going. And at one point I was rapping in the aisle because it's one of those shows where you can't go get a drink because you're going to miss an awesome song.
Yeah, right.
And so it gets to one of E40 songs that I didn't know real well, but I'm like, oh, this is a good song, but let's run. Let's go get a drink. Well, maybe we can make it back for the next one. The minute I did that, I get to the top and the bartender's slow as crap. All of a sudden I hear, y'all done put 2 of America's Most Wanted in the same place, the same other time. And then Tupac pops up on the screen and I'm like, oh my God, I missed it. I was like, Britt, get the drinks. I gotta go back. So I'm rapping in the aisle. The attendant for the concert was high as shit. So he's over there just like didn't care. He looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, man."
That's fantastic.
I thought I was the coolest white guy on the planet.
What a fun concert to go to.
Oh, it was so good, man. Eazy-E dropped in at one point when Snoop did Cube went into like an old set with like NWA and the Ice Cube days of Today Was a Good Day, that kind of stuff.
That's great. That's such a fun concert.
Snoop
Dogg, by the way, when he was at his height, he was on trial for murder and now does a television show with Martha Stewart. Like that's the length that is the trip we have taken with Snoop Dogg.
Well, Snoop Dogg does everything. There's not a thing that Snoop Dogg doesn't get into. Like I think he's done porn for a while He has a porn company, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, he just
runs a label now. He's on TV with Martha Stewart. I think he's got a cooking show.
I mean, he went from like capital murder to like he's doing like an Olympics highlight show with Kevin Hart. Like it was we've taken the full trip with Snoop.
Snoop is
we're okay with all that, Snoop. We're good.
We both had a blast, but when we came back, our babysitter, she's in high school. She's a senior in high school.
And she was like, what was this music that you want to see?
So me and Britt are just like recapping the night to her. We're like, oh my God, then Ice Cube came out and he did You Could Do It, put you back into it. And she's like, oh, cool. I think she was just playing along the whole time because she's like,
you might as well just not be alive to that person.
Did Little Nas X show up or Harry Styles or what was, I don't know who, would you say Sweet Cubes?
There is that's the depressing part about getting older is you just stop. I sent you a note. I sent you a text. The exact same thing. It was a beautiful day and I was out driving and I had the windows rolled down to the car and I was playing hip hop in the car. Mm-hmm. I had it cranked up. I was ready to go. I rolled up to a red light. And I had a song going. I was just enjoying myself. The sun was out, and it was a car full of 23-year-old girls sitting next to me. And
the 8-inch factory speakers are thumping.
Oh, and the Honda CRV. And I'm like, do these girls think that I'm awesome right now? Scale of 1 to 10, how awesome do you think I am?
They thought you were awesome in the sense that if we video this guy for TikTok, it's going to be awesome.
This is going to blow up. Old and under the heading, old guy listens to music we've never heard of. And it's just me over the top of the music, just like, hey, this is a Tribe Called Quest. This is a group called Tribe Called Quest.
Legendary.
It's legendary. You kids don't understand. Like it's just like you're so irrelevant.
Oh yeah.
You might as well just not be there.
Our sitter appeased us through the conversation, but I could see in the back of her eye, like her boyfriend was with her, like picking her up from our house.
Oh, they did it in your house.
He was really trying to appease. He's like, yeah, I know that one. I know that one from Ice Cube.
Shut up.
Yeah, okay.
Fine. Coming here in just a few minutes. I have a audio of a woman who is taking the Sprite challenge on TikTok. And what
the challenges are always amazing.
What comes out of the sound that comes out of her body upon taking the Sprite challenge is amazing.
At least we're past the dishwasher cube challenge. Now we're on to some real liquids that you can actually drink.
You can actually drink this. The sound that comes out of this woman's body is fantastic. We'll do it next.
This is weird.
It's This Is Weird. You can always go to the TikTok and find things that are weird. I mean, the TikTok is just supplying the pond full of stuff that is weird for the podcast. I've got
and if anything ever follows with TikTok and challenge in the same sentence, you should not do it. It's the terrible idea.
Somebody's gonna die or break their neck, like one of the two. This is actually this is not a terrible one. I guess it's just like chug a bunch of Sprite and see what happens. I guess that's what they're doing. This girl on TikTok is what the sound that comes out of her body upon doing this. The girl on the left, they're just chugging Sprite.
So it's like a 12 ounce bottle or 16-ounce bottle, and you just got to chug the entire thing as fast as you can, like a beer.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
But it's so carbonated that you're gonna like explode your esophagus.
They're stuck. Yeah,
that's what will happen.
They're not feeling well.
In the hospital from this. So they're chugging the bottle. One of them and the other one spits her Sprite everywhere. So can we hear the burp again? Can we get to that? The demon that comes out of her?
I can't do it. My tummy hurts.
She released a demon from her soul.
Something came out of her body.
Fuck you.
Oh, what was the?
She knows it's coming too. By the way, she can feel it working its way up her esophagus.
That little.
And she knows. She just knows. She knows she's about to embarrass herself.
What did they? I mean, this is what was expected, right? That sounds otherworldly. It doesn't even sound human.
It does sound. She does sound like she's channeling Zool.
Right after this, she had an exorcism because
right. The look on her face. The look on her face is something's gonna come out of my body.
I thought she was gonna throw up for a second right afterwards because she bent over and like was in that position of like, oh, here it comes.
Oh no, I'm gonna throw up.
My tummy hurt.
Oh god. and then it came out of her mouth and it killed everyone in the car.
What they didn't tell you is that she had a plate full of onions before they did the challenge.
She did.
The whole
I've never seen anybody that needed Zantac so much in my life.
Ass and Sprite.
It's just yeah, whatever that was. So
that I mean, I can't think of anything hotter than that sound coming out.
That sound, yeah, that's someone's girlfriend, right there. That's someone's. Honey, you want to go up to the drive-in and make out?
I can't bag on her too much because I'm pretty sure my wife has heard some pretty interesting noises come out of my body.
And her friend's amazed. Karen, I can't believe that came out of your body.
And this is when Kristen found Jesus. All it took was a little Sprite.
I can't do it. My tummy hurt.
It's just amazing.
At first, you're sort of turned on by the little pant at the beginning. Like,
a little bit, yeah. You're getting there, and then
you're like, oh, what
the hell's wrong with you? Just put it back in.
The exact same thing happens when she orgasms. Imagine like some weird noise releases from her body at that moment.
Yeah. I used to date Beth, and then Beth did that, and now we don't date anymore, Beth and me.
Somebody in her past has that story. They're like, yeah, I dated this girl one time.
But that's not when she drinks Sprite, that's not the only time that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Poor girl.
God. Poor girl.
But now she's on she's TikTok famous for that.
I have somebody else that's TikTok famous out of the UK.
Okay.
This guy is clearly trying to make it viral. His thing is that he sings. He works at the McDonald's. He calls himself MC. Here's his video.
Let's flip the track with the old school back. This is how we do it. All hands are in the air. And waving from here to there. If you want to be back or a
that's all there is. That's all there is in the TikTok. But
if you want to be a Big Mac or a McChicken,
hey, could you just make my fries, please?
Right. How many times have you been in a fast food restaurant because you're there because you want it to be fast?
Right.
Have you been like, you know what? This guy should totally stop and sing a whole song.
It's
right
like,
now.
yeah. I would like to have a 20-piece chicken.
Let's flip the track with the old school back.
I need a milkshake. Could you stop?
Sir, I've been here for 20 minutes. Do you have order 386? Can you
Right.
just give me 386? I've got to get
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to wave from here to there. My goddamn order. This is my receipt. Is what I'm waving from here to there, and I don't need for you to sing right now.
If you could sing on key, that would be helpful. Being entertained at this point, but this is not even good.
What I need you to put pickles on this.
Let's flip the track with the old school back.
When he accidentally puts his hand in a fryer when he leans onto the fry thing right there.
Can you And I don't think this guy is that connected to his job because he's holding a piece of paper with his Instagram handle on it. Could you focus on making my my McChicken?
What tells me this guy is dedicated to his craft is the keyboard tie that he's wearing.
Yep, I'm ready to go to the gig.
What's
you mean your job at McDonald's? Yeah, the gig.
You're a fry cook. What do you?
This is how we do it.
Okay, all right, fine.
Carl, can you get the patties already out of the freezer? Good God, we've got a whole drive-through. Jesus,
This is how we do it.
Oh, here we go. No
All right.
diggity
Oh,
now.
Jesus
Can you
Christ.
hurry up with no diggity and just get to the fries?
God. Montel Jordan would be disappointed in this.
He doesn't make the fries until he gets finished with no scrubs.
At this point, like, why do we need this guy? Who knows what Montel Jordan is doing these days? He's probably working at a McDonald's. Why don't we just get the real guy?
We're actually watching Montel Jordan. This is actually Montel
This is
Jordan.
this is what it came to.
This is what it
All
is.
hands are in the air, waving from here to there. If you want to be Mac or illusion.
Yeah.
If you're an OG Mac or one of, he didn't even know the
He
words.
didn't get the words right. And all they said was 6'5" he stood, and people said the burgers that he made was
I want to see
good.
that part, the like talking rap part of it. Yeah.
Jesus.
This is
And everybody there is like dancing and having a good time. I'm like, no, move it along.
There's
Let's
quite a
look-
few people that are waiting for their orders. This is so my full experience with McDonald's the past few times is that you're waiting around in like a group of people that all are waiting for their numbered order, and there's probably 6-7 people waiting for their order, and this guy's singing "This is how we do it" while we just like want our French fries.
Right. Yeah. Can you just make the McFlurry?
Wait till Kristen in the back starts some Whitney. She's coming next.
Yeah.
Right when she gets done cooking up them burgers.
There are a bunch of more videos of him singing, and like the restaurant digs it, and I can feel myself being annoyed if I were there
In line, I would be
like
annoyed.
he's singing, the whole room is singing Bruno Mars, and I just need you to give me some barbecue sauce. Like, can you move it along, please?
Sir, I just need my cup. I've been waiting for my cup for 15 minutes.
I just need some more ice. Can you please?
You're already making me make my own drink. Can you just give me the damn cup before you start the next song?
Okay.
Please, for the love of God.
Can you take an intermission so you can make my sandwich, please? Please.
That's 3 songs from now, sir. Can you just step back?
That's
Can
right.
you just step back and relax?
Yeah.
This is entertainment. People come here for this.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't.
No, I came here for a 12-piece chicken nuggets.
He looks at you and says something real cocky. He's like, "This is what the people pay for." No, that's not. It's not what the people.
Does he have a tip jar? Well,
I would assume everybody's in a tip jar now.
Yeah.
If you perform any service for anyone, there is a tip jar.
Are you annoyed as much as I am about that? Like, I go to a fast food restaurant, which I've never tipped at before in my life because you're not really doing much but handing me the food that you were already supposed to make because I paid for it. I'm not tipping you, but if you run your card, it asks, "Do you want to leave a tip?" No, it's McDonald's. I don't want to leave a tip. It's everywhere. It's every place. They hand you a coffee that they just poured out of a machine and then put like a sprinkle on it, and they're like, "Would you like to leave a tip?" No, I just paid for the coffee.
I am of two minds on this, and it's only because I read a big article, and I'll go down a path here, but the amount of money that they pay people when they're eligible for tips is far less. So imagine that these people are getting $2, $2.50, $3 an hour, but they're eligible for tips.
I get that moment, like waiters and waitresses, but they're not doing that at McDonald's or
they're not
Starbucks. You're getting a full paycheck. Come on.
Yeah,
I already paid $9 for a coffee. I'm not giving you 2 more.
Yeah, it's many more people are, and I don't want to sound stingy, but you do have to kind of judge how much did you actually do. You're either making me make my own drink or you're going to make me tip you, but we can't do it both. Well, I can't make my own stuff.
Right. Look, I'm at Sam's Club right now. You gave me $1 hot dog. You want a $2 tip? No.
Yeah, right.
Not getting one.
It's turning 200% around. Jesus.
Look, maybe I'm an asshole, but listen, if you go above and beyond and I see that, yes, I will tip you regardless of what the situation is. Like if you make my day and you're like, oh, this person is deserving of like something extra, cool, I will tip that person. If you're just like half-assing your job, don't have a good attitude, and then my credit card asks me for a tip because you poured a coffee for me, no, you're not getting a tip.
It's a sticky wicket because sometimes those people need the tips. But it is increasingly more often.
Oh, this is a bit off subject, but it happened to me the other day. I went to donate something at Goodwill, right? I'm in line. There's a couple cars in front of me. You know, you pull around the side of the building and you donate stuff at Goodwill, right?
Right. No, never.
So I end up, as I pull up, the car in front pulls away and I'm the second car. I pull up too far, apparently. The guy that's working the donation thing, he goes, back up, come on, back up, back your car up. It's like, okay, all right. I just put it in reverse, went back just a little bit. And then I'm just watching as the people get their stuff out of their car in front. He doesn't really say much to them. They get out, you know, they grab their garbage bag of stuff and a box, and they kind of start to set it by the door where the donation center is. He comes back out. He's like, pick that up. You can't have that there. It's in the way. Get that out of the way. And these people turn around and look at me because they just heard him yell at me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
What's wrong with you?
And it continues. So they pick their stuff back up because he went back inside, put it back in the car, and then they just stand there and wait. He, you know, it's the electronic doors, so they like slide open, and then you just see this cart come flying out of the doors because he didn't even like walk it out there. He just pushed it. And
wow,
I couldn't help myself. It was hilarious to me. And so they're shaking their head. They're just like so baffled as I am. They put their stuff on the cart because that's where he wanted it. And then they're like, okay. And then they kind of like push it over towards him. And he comes, snags it, pulls it out. Stuff falls off as he's like pulling it back into the thing. And I just see him kick it back into the door.
Having trouble.
And then to top it off, she starts to pull this like tent out of the back of her car to kind of finalize. That's the last thing. And he's like, we don't take those. Put it back in. We don't take them.
Jesus.
The whole thing was just so aggressive. And the guy that was helping, there was a husband and wife that were in front. He walks around to my window and he goes, what the hell is wrong with you?
I'm trying to give to charity and this asshole is being an asshole.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like, we're trying to do something kind here, and you're screaming at us. What is happening?
Kindness is
such
anger.
A mind F.
Yes.
Just an off-subject thing that made me like crack up the other day.
We have a video for Viridiocy, if you're ready to head there.
Oh, sure. Yeah. What do we got?
Well, there's a story a few weeks ago about chimps. And they're saying that chimps are getting more and more depressed at zoos.
So are we all. Like
we're all depressed. Our phones make us depressed all the time. Okay. And the story was essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, that the chimps were withdrawing and being depressed because people were sharing their devices with the chimps too much. And that when they didn't have the devices to see, the chimps were depressed.
Yeah, I saw there was one in particular that they actually put him they got what's the word? They tried taking devices away from him because he's so infatuated by putting like a net in front of the glass and like backing people up from the glass because people are putting their phones up to the glass to show this chimp videos or whatever they're showing. I don't know.
Well, they're showing what they had to do was this particular chimp was so antisocial that it's exactly what you described. They had to tell people, step away and don't show the chimp your phone. It's affecting the chimp's attitude and it's affecting the chimp's disposition. And I think I understand why. This is not related to that story, but this is video of a person standing at a window at a zoo, and the chimp is quite enjoying what it is that he's looking at. And as he looks at the phone, the chimp sees a picture and then tells the woman that's holding the phone up, flip to the next picture.
Yeah, she's scrolling, showing him photos like Instagram or something, and he's like, "Oh,
go to the next one."
Yeah, let me see.
Go to the next one.
You got anything good on YouTube here, lady?
Yeah.
What are you?
Go to the next one. I'm not like that one. It's bullshit.
Well, they're learning. They're very intuitive animals.
Yeah, they're extremely smart. Learning.
Yeah, and it's engaging and interesting to them. So yeah, that's gonna spark their interest. But yeah, the article I read is that he was so antisocial that the gorillas and chimps, they have an innate understanding that when they're being attacked, when they're just being playful, that they can sense when another gorilla is coming or when another monkey is coming to like attack them or something. But this one didn't even move when they would come jump on his back.
He had
lost dangerous for him.
The peripheral sense of what was going on around him.
Because he wanted to watch Instagram.
Right, because he wanted to watch Instagram.
Basically like the rest of us in this world. We lose all peripheral sense when we're on Instagram or TikTok.
It's amazing. We're gonna screw up the monkeys now. That's the plan.
Here's the thing. Let's ruin.
We're gonna mess up the monkeys. We've screwed up the human at this point. Why not mess up the monkeys?
I have this same exact scenario, but it's with my 8-year-old and his screen time. It's like
my
antisocial, doesn't want to like do anything but play video games sometimes. Matter of fact, we had to take him all away because he decided to punch the iPad screen and shatter it because he was mad about the game that he was on.
I regulate the 6-year-old's screen time very closely. She gets an hour and that's it. Mainly because when she starts, there is just nothing that can happen around her that she notices.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's just, there's just nothing. I will walk into the room. Hey, how's it going? Nothing. Nothing.
It's the same exact thing with my wife.
Well, yeah, there's that.
But even if she didn't have a phone in her hand, she wouldn't hear what I said. So.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us this week on the program. Did we get everything?
I think so.
You can find us on our socials. This is weird. This is a weirdpod.com. Well, we stream the show on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook on Thursday. We drop the pod on Wednesday, but you know that by now. Tell a friend.
Yeah. We've got a couple good guests I think we're going to have soon. I don't know if I told you this, but there's a semi-pro tennis player they may bring on the show. Oh. There's a lawyer who's been on Court TV recently who I'm working with her podcast that's going to be really good and out soon. And so we're going to probably pop her on to talk about some of like maybe as they wrap up the Johnny Depp case. Yeah, she knows so much about that. That's what her whole TikTok was focused on the past few weeks is that whole trial.
There's a lot of crazy there. A lot of crazy there. A lot of crazy. I just say, don't you think the conclusion, not to get into it, but don't you think the conclusion is like, hey, both of you are crazy. Just like it's like we're not going to go 100-0 on this one. We're going to go about 50-50 and both of you are crazy.
Yeah. Johnny, you're too into alcohol and drugs, and Amber, you just have multi-personality disorders.
It's just both of you are imbalanced and you had no right. You had no reason to be in the same room with one another.
Well, I'm listening to it and I feel like it's not crazy uncommon with what people have experienced in relationships. Like we've all had that, like,
well, I've never had anybody shit in my bed.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But I have dated some pretty like just cuckoo next level, like what is going on inside her head people. And I had to get out. It was toxic. It was so like, it didn't really get to the violent state where they're in, but some people get to, I mean, there's a lot of people in those kind of relationships and it's hard to get out of because you're like mentally, it messes with you.
I'm curious what this one has to say. We'll bring her on the next couple of weeks and talk about it as they wrap that trial up. And we'll do that. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you next time on the program.
Appreciate you.